Hello and welcome to MGP373. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, the Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 And how are we all on this?
You've had elocution
finally...
lessons, haven't you?
What?
Who?
What do you mean? Who?
Him, you, Kev. You said the number 3 there. You've been practicing.
Yeah, I've been practicing for like 2 years. I've been able to say 3 for years.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, as part of that's genuinely one of the things that I work on as part of improving my YouTube content.
It's going 3.
I can do my
3.
THs now.
3.
I've been able to do. It's got to the point where sometimes, if I'm excited, I'll say "throm" when I mean "from" because I'm too good at the THs and they take over. I get mocked for that now, so I've gone too far the other way. But yeah, I've been nice of you to notice, Sheepdog, that I've been doing that correctly. I mean, it's episode 373. There's been 73 consecutive weeks where I've been saying the number 3 correctly, and you've not even noticed.
I think it's far-fetched of you to say consecutive weeks. This were we even on last week?
Yes.
Yeah, we're on every week. You're just there's some weeks we tell you we're not on, so we can do a good show.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, see, exactly. Can I finish my "How are we this week" thing that I was trying to do before I was so rudely interrupted by Mr. Elocution over there?
Go on in.
How are we all? Have we had a good week, boys and girls? Are we all good?
Yes. It's been a different week.
Just yes. I've had a good week. It's been great. Why do you ask? What are you getting at? I've had a lovely time. We went out for a nice walk.
Yeah.
And I haven't had to go to Tesco very much.
I've done more walking this week than I've done in any week, really.
I'm now refusing to go to supermarkets at all because I don't like to queue to get in.
That's weird, isn't it? I think that my wife goes to the supermarket just so she can queue for an hour and put it all off. She goes round there for her rest. I go for a walk for my rest. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, I think.
What, be a parent?
It's not about being a parent.
I'm having to look after my kids. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
It's just ridiculous. I feel like I'm on the most insane timetable.
I warned you to stop popping out all those children, but you insisted on keep having more, and now now you're having to look after them.
I don't think pandemic was one of your warnings.
I used lots of long words. I don't remember all of the ones that I used.
They're just hard work.
What, pandemics?
They're children.
No, my kids.
What do you expect? They're small versions of you.
Yeah, that's what my friends have all said over the years. They love the fact that all my chickens have come home to roost, and I'm not a fan of it. Chickens shouldn't come home to roost. They should just.
Well, they got a roost somewhere, little fella.
Yeah, not. I just wanted them to be like their mum. That's all I wanted. Be like your mum. I married a good egg. And I thought they'll all be good eggs.
Yeah, but the sheepdog gene is too strong.
I have had so many stupid rows this week that today it all fell apart because we couldn't agree whether Bertolli was margarine or butter.
It's margarine, isn't it?
It is margarine. But Christ, could I not get my daughter to agree that it was not butter, it was margarine? And it just went on for too long, to the point where I was just like, I've had enough of this. Get out.
Go to your room. It's margarine.
Yeah. It was just like, what are you doing? Why are you insisting on this? Why are you pushing this? And then when I was chatting to my mates on WhatsApp, and I just said, I've just had this ridiculous argument about Bertolli and the fact that it's a margarine. And my mate was like, well, it's not really, is it? And then he started it. And I was just like... I ended up...
It's nearer to margarine than butter, that's for sure.
I ended up on the internet proving my point. Like, it's margarine with olive oil. And my mate was like... I said, it's 20% olive oil, the rest is margarine. And he said, yeah, but you wouldn't call a glass of water with 20% orange juice in it a glass of water, would you? And I just...
You also wouldn't call it a milkshake, would you? It doesn't make it butter.
I just sort of stared at the text. He was like, a liger's not a tiger. I just... I said to Claire this afternoon, I was like, if one more thing goes wrong, I think I'm just going to snap. And as I said the word snap, the cupboard door just smacked me in the face. And I just thought, I can't snap at that. That's just ridiculous. That's just too on the nose.
Very happy.
So I just put the dog's lead on and took her for a walk. I just went off into the field and stayed out for as long as I felt was reasonable. I've done that. I passed that off as I took my son out into the field and then jokingly said, "Why don't you scream for a bit?" And then I jokingly did the scream, but I meant every frigging noise. He just thought it was funny.
It is funny. I mean, I'm on his team.
Being locked in the house is like the ideal sheepdog scenario. I mean, all my colleagues said to me, "I bet you're happy now. You're getting to work from home." And I was like, "Yeah, I've had a great week." This was last week, and then Boris shut the schools, and it's all just.
Yeah, but it's fine when the kids are at school. It's when they're not, and they're just constantly there, every waking hour, and you're just like, "Yep."
I was trying to find a polite way to say to my wife.
Making noise.
I said to her, "What worries me more is that when this is all over, you want to rebook our family holiday." I said, "We're going to have another 2 months of this, and then you're going to pay to spend another week and a half together somewhere else." Like, I've been rearranging rooms just to get through it. I did a video about how I'd rearranged my kitchen, I've rearranged the living room, I've rearranged like just every room. I'm desperately trying to get a TV put in our kitchen, but it's not working out at the moment. Because we're not allowed two in the living room.
So why one in the kitchen?
Because I've got one in the bedroom, but there's nowhere to sit in the bedroom, and I can't.
What, the bed?
Well, yeah, but that's uncomfortable without a bit of back support.
He needs his lumbar supporting, Anna.
It's currently to the right of where I sleep, so if I lay down with my head facing the telly, I could play at a weird angle, but I'd fall asleep, Anna.
Fair enough.
So at the moment, I'm trying to convince her that we can put it like in front of a radiator that's never on, but it's just ridiculous. I need her to snap so I can put the TV in. But she's trying to use it as a bargaining tool to get a fridge freezer. It's not worth getting into the weeds of that. But yeah, I'm not enjoying it, if I'm honest. And I think it's just because I'm not very good at handling being locked in with my kids for a week. They're all lovely. They've not particularly done anything wrong. It's just hard. It's just silly. And yeah, I've got another 2 months of this, was it? Or 3?
Who knows? It's officially only 3 weeks.
Officially, yeah.
Unless it's extended. I hope it's not extended because my calendar only goes to 25 days. It can't go beyond that, or I'm going to need them to reopen Pound Stretcher so I can buy another calendar.
What did you buy? A 25-day calendar?
A 25p advent calendar.
Oh, I see.
My lockdown calendar.
They'll sell them on Amazon.
Not for 25p, they won't.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You can hit to Pound Stretch. They're probably essential. They sell toilet roll.
That's where we got ours from.
I bet they're still open.
Well, I'll go and have a look and buy a couple more advent calendars just in case. Buy one of each. It's my only way to get chocolate.
You should have bought 10. Been really pessimistic.
Well, I didn't buy it specifically for that purpose. I just bought it because I wanted to have one. But then a couple of days later, this happened, and it was like,
you got to nip back and go, have you got any of them pandemic calendars you were selling?
That's why, now I understand why I bought the advent calendar. I knew this was going to happen. Because it was just perfectly timed and perfectly positioned. It was either that or I was going to do another 24-hour stream, because I usually use them for 24-hour streams. And I have a chocolate
to keep
you
going. All right,
yeah,
I see through the hours. I get you.
I have a chocolate every hour to indicate, another hour done. Time for a little chocky. And it's lovely. I like a chocky.
How
have you not got my brain?
I didn't realise you could particularly source advent calendars outside of Advent.
They're always around the pound shops and stuff. B&M have always got them.
Pound shops are weird.
I love them. They're my natural habitat.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So, Video games is the other thing that we do around here. So should we talk about some of them, or do we want to continue talking about the one thing nobody wants to hear about?
Yeah. Yeah, I've played new games. Have you lot played new games?
I've just played a lot of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, a lot of
Animal Crossing. Like 3 or 4 hours a day, every day since we last did the podcast. Lot of
He's
Animal
not
Crossing.
lying neither.
Yeah, I am all in on that game.
Have you got rid of Dom yet?
Wonderful thing. No, he's kind of winning me over. I still haven't picked up the hat. The hat is still outside his house on the floor.
I saw the hat. I saw the hat.
The hat is staying there until he properly wins me over. But he gave me a DIY recipe for some kettlebells, and I thought, actually, you know what, Dom? That's ideal for my home gym that I'm putting together. So that I will allow you to live here for a little longer.
Are you following a Homer Simpson Ned Flanders relationship where you're going to accidentally kill his wife and become best friends?
I think there's a good chance that might happen, yeah. But there's lots of other villagers living between me and Dom now. He's the furthest away. We're like on opposite corners of the island. So I have to go a long way to run into him. But when I do, he's usually sat under a tree. And I think he knows I don't like him. Because he was there today, just sat under a tree. And I walked towards him and he said, "Oh, do you want to sit here?" No, you're all right, Dom. We've got an entire island. I don't need you to move from the base of that tree. If you look around you, there's another 50 trees, all within spitting distance. If I wanted to sit at a tree, that's where I'd already be. I was just coming over to say hello. You think I'm here to bully you? Yeah. He's convinced I was just there to make him stand up. But
you were though, weren't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was just going to, Dom, move. I want to sit there.
Like you do with Dave.
Yeah. You have to show him who's boss.
Yeah.
I'll be doing that with my kids in the kitchen. I just walk in and go, "That's my chair, move." I feel like I realise why these chickens are coming home.
Yeah, they're finally getting their revenge on you, you monster. But yeah, and I can't even explain what it is about Animal Crossing that is hooking me in, because I would say of those 3 or 4 hours a day that I'm spending, probably 2 to 3 of those hours are just me hitting trees with a stick and collecting wood so that I can basically do my furniture manufacturing job, which is how I'm financing my lavish lifestyle on this island. I just wander over to the shop first thing, have a look at what today's hot item is. Right, it was beds today. What do I need for beds? Just wood? Are you serious? I only need wood? Right, get me some of these. I'm having these trees, and I want some of these tickets. I'm going flying and collecting all the trees, and then I set up a crafting table next to the door of the shop. The only thing in my inventory was wood, stacks of wood, and I've got all 4 bars of inventory now. I had a lot of wood, and I was just going back and forth to this shop. I must have made 250,000 bells just making beds. I spent 2 hours chopping down trees, an hour making beds, and then I turned it off. And that was 3 hours of gaming today.
Jeez.
And I loved every minute of it.
Wow, that's insane. I mean, I definitely didn't do that. I have done...
Well, that's why you're not as rich as me.
I've messed up. I have royally messed up. I was ahead of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm behind y'all now.
How?
Because you have to do something to get the Timmy and Tommy's shop, didn't you? You set it up. I screwed myself over day one and smashed all the rocks on my island, not knowingly. So I had zero iron coming in. So I spent 2 extra days waiting to get iron because I had to go to islands to get them, but there's only so much iron coming out of them islands. So I needed 30 pieces. It took me...
Why did you smash all your rocks, you psychopath?
I didn't know I was doing it. I did it on stream on the launch day. I didn't know it was what I would do. I just assumed that's what you did, like Minecraft. You just break it and more will respawn. But it respawns such a slow progress. It's like 3 rocks on my island now because of it. So
do you know you can hit them multiple times?
Yeah, I did that. But you can't use a specific... I was using a specific item, which was smashing the rock. You've got to use the shoddy ones, whoever they are, the poor ones. The flimsy ones, the flimsy items is what you use to just get the... then they don't smash. See, I was using the one up from that with all that stuff. So I was just breaking them immediately and didn't think anything of it until I later realised, like, I haven't got anything. I haven't got any material, so I spent an extra day or so just waiting for stuff to respawn and slowly accruing iron. And
I was the same. I smashed everything on my island. I've now got rocks that I'm not smashing because I'm just hitting them with a spade.
yeah, it's been bizarre. I did the same with the weeds. I cleared all the weeds up, sold it all, and then suddenly I needed the weeds for something. I was like, damn it! Well, this is going to be an expensive one trip to an island just for weeds.
I think you're allowed to get other stuff while you're there. You didn't just have to get the weeds.
When you go there, do you just cut everything down? Because I cut it all down.
Yeah, I bring everything back.
No, I know, but
although
I don't
I've since learned, bring the whole tree back.
Yeah.
Just dig the tree up and bring the tree back and replant it.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Holy hell.
If you've got fruit in you can use the spade to dig up a tree and just bring the whole tree back. This is why Dom really didn't have to move. I've got a lot of trees.
Yeah, I thought you could. Can you do that with palm trees as well?
I'm not sure.
I did it with palm trees. I planted some palm trees on my beach.
Yeah, my beach is just... because I just covered it in coconuts, so my beach is just trees.
Yeah,
to the point where you can't get to the sea in certain places.
Yeah,
trees
I've only been introduced to them this week. Oh no, I'm thinking of turnips. I've only just been introduced to turnips.
You mix up trees and turnips.
No, coconuts.
Happens all the time.
Coconuts.
Turnips are your stock exchange, aren't they?
Yeah, but they only turn up on a Sunday, don't they? Something like that.
Yeah, and then the price fluctuates throughout the week. So you buy them on Sunday, and then you're looking for an opportunity to sell them high during the week.
Yeah. See, I didn't know anything about this until midweek, so I don't know what people are talking about turnips, and I'm like, what?
I sold my turnips this afternoon at a nice little profit.
You did? Okay.
I did.
You're working out and doing like the furniture building stuff. Mine has become fishing. I've become a fisherman.
Yeah.
All I do is fish all day in my spare time and just run around catching fish. I'm trying to get the... Have you got the sturgeon?
If you stand still, you'll catch more, Pab.
Oh, no.
That's my tip for
but
you.
I'm trying to get specific fish. Have you got the sturgeon yet?
No.
Because the sturgeon is the fish of March.
See, I'm not bothered about collecting all the fish.
So I'm like, well, I kind of want it now. Well, they've told me now it's like it's kind of like a limited edition. No, I want it. Like, I want
sturgeon.
They are at the end of a river sort of thing, you know, as they go into the sea, and normally there. So all I do now is just spend my time just combing the beaches looking for clams, make bait, and then just throw it in. Just throw it in. It's a big fish. So you'll see it. You know it. But I haven't got it yet. And it's the same with the marlin. Have you got a marlin yet?
I couldn't tell you, Pab. I've not got my list of fish in front of me.
I'm told you're naming politicians. You've got sturgeon and marlin.
I'm told that it's at the end of your pier, you want to go for a marlin, and you bait it, and you go to the end of your pier, and you just fish on the end of the pier. So I've been doing that as well. But it's just a case of me combing the beaches for clams and making bait. That's all I've been doing with my spare time, other than the bits and pieces with it. Yeah, it's you've been building beds.
Yeah,
I've been fishing.
So I'm a furniture builder. Pab's a fisherman. Anna, what's your profession in Animal Crossing?
Bit of everything. I think I'm the one that goes and gets all the fossils. I love fossiling. It's excellent.
I have got a T-Rex head in my bedroom now.
Have you?
Yeah, he looks. I got two of them, so I thought, well, the museum can have one. I could sell the other one, or I could just have it looking over me.
Why did I never think of that? That's a really good idea. I just sell them immediately.
Again, people just don't have my mind.
No,
really.
I've got the Diplo. I'm building the Diplo outside my museum. I've only got one piece at the moment, but it's going to be massive and really long.
I didn't even think of that. I've been selling it. I've been selling everything because I get a lot of money for it.
Perhaps if you weren't a lowly fisherman, if you got into bed making, you wouldn't need to fish and sell these fossils.
It's not that. I've got that much crap outside my house that I keep finding in presents. I've got all sorts of crap. I was like, oh bloody hell, I ain't got one of these. What's this? I've got a lathe.
All that, then.
I've got like a lathe thing that like makes some sort of like. I was like, what's this? I'm going to have this. I've got a sphinx on the beach. He's just chilling out now.
If you think you're accumulating some weird stuff, I went to the shop today and actually bought a clothes dryer thing, the thing that you hang your clothes on to dry them.
Like a maiden?
Yeah, I've got one of them in my bedroom now, just with shirts hanging off it.
I've got a bin. Have you got a wheelie bin? I've got a wheelie bin outside my house. Like I looked at it, I was like, I put it outside my house like if I lived there. I put the
only
bins
put it
out.
out one day a week.
Yeah, it's there. And you can physically you can throw things away. It's a disposable thing, so you can actually put things in and it goes away. But it's kind of useful to have. But it's been there's things in that game I've seen. He's like that's not real. That's someone's photocopied that in. That's not a real thing. Some weird things in that. For a Nintendo game, it's like that shouldn't be in there. It's just bizarre stuff.
Well, I noticed you had a KFC poster on your bedroom
Oh, I did,
wall.
yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, Kevin went hunting for that, didn't you, Kevin?
That's
Yeah,
the picture of Colonel
I had
Sanders.
to figure out how to do that, so I was Googling it, so now I'm an expert in all that stuff.
Yeah, do the QR coding and whatever. Yeah. Have you got one at least?
I haven't got.
I'll send you a link to it if you want.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to sort of turn Dom's house into a branch of KFC. Get him a little uniform.
Because you can change the pattern to. Because I just had it on a canvas. You can change it to be wallpaper, so it just fills the entire wall.
Is it actual KFC or is it just red and white?
No, it's a picture of the Colonel.
Really?
It's like the KFC logo.
Because you can create stuff in pixel art in game and then share the images.
You said about the Nazi, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, so you can basically do whatever kind of patterns or pictures you want.
I think
there's loads of Pokemon stuff as well that people have done.
But there's like an app I think you can do where you can put a picture into it and it moves it into the pixel stuff and gives you a QR code so you can put it into the game, which is mind-boggling what you can do.
So you're telling me I can have my own face all
over
the island?
Of course you can.
Oh, I want that. You need to tell me how to do that, Pab.
I've only read about it. I've not done it myself, but I know I've seen it though. I've seen because I saw a picture of Adam Sandler on someone's wall, and I was like, someone's physically done. Someone's done that with that app. They can't have done.
I want to be able to send you all a gift, which is just a picture of me in your
on the wall.
Yeah, here you go. Get one of
put
these
it above
on
my
your
bed.
mantelpiece. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Sheepdog, you should get this game. It's awesome.
See, I was going to say a minute ago, I don't think I'm ever going to get these games because they're stupidly expensive for something I don't think I'm going to like. And so there's not any reasonable way to, get stuck into it and see if it's any
Less
good.
than £40 on CD keys via Kev's link, which Pab will
I'm not
put in the
spending
description.
40
Good boy, Pab.
So yeah, unless one of my kids happens to ask for it for birthday, Christmas, whatever, I'll never play it.
Assuming they have access to YouTube, they'll be asking soon because it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's one island per game system. You can't have.
Yeah, but they've got if they've got it on a cartridge though, you can have multiple islands per cartridge. It's just one island per Switch, so you can swap a cartridge between different switches.
Oh, I don't know. I was
you definitely
reading
can.
something.
Yeah, because I think you save the files on the Switch, don't you?
Yeah.
Rather than the cartridge this time. So yeah.
So if we'd have bought a physical copy of the game, we could have shared that amongst all our Switches, but you can't have two people playing on the same Switch. It's a really weird way to do it.
I don't think I really want to be just doing more buying and chores in a game. I upset someone on Reddit because I asked about they were banging on about it, and I just said I don't see how any of that's fun, and they were just like, "Ah." So fair enough.
It is fun. It is very fun.
It is. It's awesome.
got
I'm making beds,
sturgeon.
Sheepdog.
You got one?
Yep.
Yeah, well done. There you go. Is that at the end of the thing? The end of the river?
Is this what's it called? A blue marlin. Sorry,
Blue Marlin. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got him at the pier.
Yeah, that's where you want to get him from.
Ah.
But it's really
I'm gonna have to
annoying.
go fishing now.
It's really annoying. Is right. I've watched people streaming this game and physically do it. Because they went, we go to the end of the pier, do you? And they do it immediately, or go to the end of the river and get one immediately. And I do it, and I spend 4 or 5 hours doing it, and nothing happens.
Really? I've done that. I heard what you said. I thought I'll go and do that.
Yeah.
I think the marlin one. I think that's only at night time.
I've been doing it predominantly at night time. I do it before I go to bed.
I'm loading the game up. I'm gonna have a go. I'm getting me one of these fish.
Yeah, it's been bizarre because, like I say, I've become addicted to like I've been told that this is the March exclusive fish. I was like, I want to know now. I've got to get this now. How many days left?
Now
have
I know
got
there's
now?
exclusive fish.
Have you been getting
Now
the
I'm
presents
interested.
that go over?
I get the presents. I realised I messed up earlier with the fact that the present went in the river, and I went, well, that's gone.
Happened to me.
And it lands on the
guess
rocks.
What I just got.
Oh, what have you got?
Wasps.
I got a tankless toilet.
Oh, I want a toilet
nice.
so badly. I've got a bathroom. I've got my bathroom set up is beginning. I've got my sink and stuff. I just don't have a toilet yet.
Yeah, I have a squat potty, and now I have a tankless toilet.
I'm very jealous. This game is insane. I don't understand what we're all doing and why we're doing it.
Trying to convince Sheepdog to get it. I don't know how to convince him.
It's
I don't know what.
I
can't explain what it is. It's just playing it is the thing that gets you, because
that's the catch, isn't it? Because that's what I'm saying. I don't think I'm ever going to spend the money it requires to try it, and I can't see me being anywhere in time for it to be like a demo, and for me to sit and play it for long enough. I can see why it's got a cult following, because you have to be the kind of person who's happy to go, yeah, I'll spend money on that and completely risk hating it. I want to know I'm going to like something before I spend money on it.
Have you watched anything on it then, Sheepdog?
Yeah, but watching it isn't the same, is it? It looks really boring.
If you get an idea for it, sort of thing.
I've got an idea for it. It looks properly rubbish, mate.
Right,
I don't mean to be mean, because I know it's not. I know you don't like it, and that's what there's no malice in what I'm saying. It just looks completely like it's just a time filler. And I haven't got time for time fillers. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. I haven't got time to enjoy the narratives of stories and games that I enjoy.
Then
let alone just floating away fishing and stuff. I don't mean to sound like I'm so busy, because I'm not. I spend some time just laying on the sofa, just waiting for the universe to swallow me up. But I just don't see this ever being something I'd want to sit and do. Like, I feel bad that I've spent a lot of time in the past week playing 2 Point Hospital, because all I'm doing is building a hospital. But I like the challenge in that of, can I get 95% of people cured and not dead or whatever, and I have to try and figure out how the hell I'm going to do it and stuff like that. But this doesn't have challenges in it, does it? Or does it?
There's not.
There's lots of little achievements you can do. But it's really just, the challenge is making your world the way you want it to be. It's like Minecraft without any of the jeopardy. So there's no chance of you dying or being attacked by anyone, or there being any kind of violence or anything.
No,
like
wait
that.
a minute. That's not true. That's not true.
Well, tarantulas might nip.
Tarantulas and wasps.
Wasps. I get eaten. I must spend 4,000 bells a day on wasp medicine.
Why?
I'm forever getting.
I don't do it.
That's a quote there.
That's a con.
Just get a soundboard and put that on it.
And I'm trying to catch them every time as well, but I'm just awful at it. And because I'm chopping down every tree on the island, or not chopping down, but getting my wood every day to make all my stuff for my little business I'm running, I'm forever attacking trees, and Anna will just hear me yell, wasps! And she'll ask me how I'm getting stung by wasps again. And it's because I'm always going wasping.
Have you caught them yet?
Yeah, I've caught them loads of times.
It's so hard.
I'm still miss. Yeah, exactly. I miss more often than I catch them.
Yeah. Oh, I saw someone on Twitter posted the when you go to the random islands. Apparently there's a rare tarantula island, and it's just an island full of tarantulas. And I was like,
I thought I'd got there earlier, but it was actually a money island instead. So there was like a thing in the middle that was just loads of rocks that every time you hit them, they were all money rocks. So that was a cool island.
I think I got that when I was trying to get iron, and I was so annoyed. I was like, I want iron. Stop giving me money. I don't want this. Give me the iron. And I think I lost a day to that. But there is something bizarre to this game, Kev. Like you say, I find myself kind of thinking about it all the time and playing it.
You said that earlier, didn't you, Anna, that you were trying to work, but all you could think about was Animal Crossing. You have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
There's something to it. And even when I go on it, I'm on there for like 10 minutes and I go, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing now. I've kind of lost the train of thought of what am I doing? And then I'm back fishing again, and I'm just into a routine of stuff, and it's mesmerising. And like I say, I've not played a Switch in bed for a while. I don't really do it, play the Switch in bed anymore. But I find myself most nights now just I was like, I'm in bed and I'm gonna play Switch for a bit and play for a good hour every night. It's Yeah, it's something else at the minute. This game.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a wonderful thing. So that's Animal Crossing. Go buy it if you haven't already. Like I say, discount code thing down in the description because Pab is a good boy to set that up for us, hasn't he? Yes, he has. Good boy, Pab. That aside, I think that's all I've played this week. Just Animal Crossing, Football Manager, Civilization. My normal 2, plus I apparently now have a normal 3rd that is just going to be something I'm playing forever.
I'm surprised you've lasted the week. That's interesting for you. I suppose I was going to say you've been locked at home, but you're always locked at home.
Yeah, I've been busier than usual because I'm doing all this extra streaming and stuff to try and make sure I don't end up homeless.
I've played a new game. Well, a new game for me. It's not a new game for the world. It came out last year.
Okay, go on.
But on Game Pass, I got Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I
Oh,
remember
yeah,
us talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
this when it was being developed, and I didn't know it was on there. I don't know when it was added. If it was just added recently,
It was
or
like
what,
recently.
but... Oh, cool. Okay, because I jumped straight on it. It's exactly like the format of. I mean, I haven't checked if it's by the same company, and I can't remember who. No, I don't think it is. It says anyway. I was going to say, so it's a very similar format to the Mortal Kombat and Injustice games, where it's like a bit of story, a load of fighting, bit of story, a load of fighting. It's like a beat 'em up game. The kind of plot is that a white Power Ranger from another dimension in the multiverse has come to the universe of the original Power Rangers and killed the Green Ranger, and then there's this all-out war between all the different Power Rangers across the multiverse. This White Ranger is stealing all of their morphers, they've called them. I didn't know they were called that. The things that morph them into Power Rangers, and then it's like putting them in a machine, and he's absorbing their powers and becoming a stronger Power Ranger. So there's like this plot. It's called It's Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. The grid is, I guess, the thing that they all kind of pivot from in the different multiverses. And I kind of probably know of about like 3 generations of Power Rangers from being like a child when it came out. I haven't seen it in God knows how many years, so I don't know most of the characters that are popping in and out of it. But if you were somebody who's seen lots of it or know more about it or whatever, it would probably be more relevant to you to see these. Like this random Catwoman came into it. She wasn't called Catwoman. She was just like a Power Ranger who her instead of it being a dinosaur, she was a cat. I don't know, whatever. It's fun. It's a little bit. It's underdeveloped compared to like Mortal Kombat and Injustice and things like that. So all of the conversations are in text with just a still picture on the screen, and I was like laughing at the lack of polish in certain bits. Like all the Pink Rangers have the same moves. All of the White Rangers have the same moves, even though they're different ones from different universes, different Zords or whatever. There was a point where I was battling. I can't remember the name. It's like, Pab, did you ever watch the original Power Rangers?
The original, yeah. Back in the
Do you
day.
remember the blue Sphinx thing? Goldra, whatever.
Goldar?
Goldar. Yeah, so I was fighting him. In the background was a giant him fighting a Megazord. And I was just like, if you knew he was going to be in this level as part of the story, don't put him in the background, Like, because it wasn't him from another universe. It was definitely the same him, but he was having a fight in the background while he was fighting me in the foreground. And I just thought, you'd think somebody testing this would have gone, oh, we shouldn't really do that. Or even if it was 2 different ones from 2 different universes, just don't have it. It looks a bit like they haven't thought it through. Other than that, I mean, it's silly little things that I was probably being too... Like, I'm not trying to be cynical about it. I noticed it and then thought, damn it, I'm going to have to mention that now when I review it, that is something that I picked up on. But other than that, it's just... It's like every other fighting game. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's a move list, you fight, yeah, you get good at it, whatever. It's got a cool little story that I sat there playing it and thinking, I wonder if this has been put into a comic anywhere, like Injustice was, because whilst I'm enjoying the game, I'd probably get through the story a lot quicker if I just got the comic and read it. And then I started going down a whole thing in my head of thinking, well, why didn't they just release this as a comic? It's clear to me that they wanted it to be one, and then they just thought, oh, let's make a game. And
isn't it based on the comics, though?
Is there a comic to it?
There's a whole comic series for this.
Oh, yeah, for Power Rangers there is, yeah, but this doesn't seem to be like this feels like it's their Crisis on Infinite Earths type scenario.
There is that. There is a big thing of the Battle for the Grid thing, Sheepdog.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me, I don't know anything about
I think so. I'm fairly certain there is something. I've heard the Grid mentioned in England. I know I've heard people speak very highly of it as well. Power Rangers people anyway, but yeah.
And everyone knows they're the best kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
The story does seem cool, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was based on something. Because if they put all I guess that's what I was trying to get at. Is my point was more if they've sat and made this like loose plot based around this whole grid, and someone trying to kill all the Power Rangers that have ever existed. Yeah, you think that's quite a big, good story for their universe. They should have probably done it as part of a TV show or part of a film or part of whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have, because it just seems like it'd be too big of a story to squirrel into a game like this that I'm going to guess barely anyone's played. It has multiplayer. I didn't have a go on that because I suck at fighting other people. But it seemed active enough that it had like seasons and events, and it kept trying to get me to go in and do this Green Ranger event, which felt like a massive spoiler because he got murdered at the start of the game. So yeah, that's I suppose there's other Green Rangers in the multiverse though. But yeah, no, I like it. It's free on Game Pass if you got it. One thing I never realised while I say the word Game Pass, it's now starting to tell me which games are about to leave. And like City Skylines is about to leave Game Pass, and I didn't know. I only had that for a finite amount of time. I thought that was there now on my Xbox. Like how PS Plus, you get the game, it's there forever. I'm actually a little bit disappointed to know that Game Pass takes the games away eventually, even though I've had that for well over a year. And I don't particularly play it. It's my lad who plays it, but I don't know how. I'm not going to mention it to him that it's being taken away. If he tries to play it, I'm just going to tell him it doesn't work anymore. But yeah, I didn't know that Game Pass did that. I thought those games were ours on the Xbox. It stays installed apparently, but they take them off whenever they want to, and that and a few others are leaving. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed to see that. I think Borderlands is leaving as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
something
the Handsome
like that,
Jack collection, yeah.
Yeah, which it seems a bit pointless, doesn't it? I mean, what's the point of taking stuff off?
It's like
I guess
Netflix,
they
isn't it?
only paid for it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But will people? I mean, maybe City Skylines is the sort of game that you would, but the Handsome Jack collection seems like you just one and done, ain't you? Unless you're Anna who's played it 50 times.
No, as in Microsoft would have only paid for the license on there a certain amount of time. There's no benefit in Microsoft paying them to renew it when no one's going to download it now.
Yeah, I suppose. What I mean is that surely it's more coding to take it off only a little bit more coding because I've probably just taken out a bit to stop it working, but it seems weird to stop me being able to play it because they've taken it off their system. It's on my Xbox. It's installed there. If I took my Xbox offline, I mean, is that what
it won't let it won't work? It won't work because it's a Game Pass game. It probably has to ping the internet before it can run.
I wasn't suggesting that that's what I was going to do. I'm
saying that's what it probably does though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably pings it and then it'll ping it this now when it goes off and it'll go.
I never thought about that, so I'd have to have an internet connection. I obviously do. I'm not going on an AD rent here, but I'd have to be on. Like, if my internet went down, would I have to be online to touch any of the games that are?
Well, it might ping it. I don't know. It might
periodically.
But yeah, it won't be like saying if your internet goes down, the game stops. It'll be like it'll just carry on working because it's obviously pinged that you've got a Game Pass account and whatever. Yeah.
Even Steam has to connect to the internet every now and again, doesn't it? Just to check that it's all right.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, it wasn't a rant, and I'm not sat here going, "Oh, suddenly I hate Game Pass because of this." I didn't know that
is what he said, but thankfully Pab edited it out to save Sheepdog's blushes.
Yeah, I mean, all that swearing I did. Crikey, well done, Pab. Thanks for editing that. But no, it's just something I didn't know, and it doesn't affect anything. I always say to people, you should get Game Pass. It's definitely the differentiator between the two consoles, in my opinion. It just, if I was thinking to myself, actually, off the back of this, if like a parent said to me at like my son's school, oh, I'm thinking of getting a console, you're into games, what should I get? I would feel really conflicted because I'd be like, get the Xbox because it's the obvious choice for the most games. It's really simple. You get everything and more. It's all good. And then I'd be like, but I know that all of his mates are probably going to have a PS4. And he'll be gutted that you got him an Xbox.
The correct answer is Switch.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. I'm talking about like, yeah, you're right. The correct answer is the Switch. But if it was out of those two, what should I get them? I would feel like every kid would be outraged if they didn't get a PS4. But the Xbox is definitely the right answer out of the two if you're looking for access to games and just all-round service, I think. I don't know. I'm just firmly of that belief. But I know that I'm in the minority there.
I think you're not, though, Sheepdog. I think more and more people are swaying that way because of the service. I think it's just that it's a numbers game with what it is now. With like PlayStation is just that far ahead, but I feel this time coming up, I feel like it'll be a lot closer fight because of
It'd
the
be
Game
better
Pass.
for us all if it was closer, wouldn't it?
You say it's going to be a closer fight, but I'm not going to get an Xbox physical console. I suggest you probably won't either, Pab.
They don't need you to, though. They just need you to be on in the ecosystem. You got Game Pass on PC or whatever. Yeah. It doesn't matter. They've got your money. And they're happy to do that. That's what they've always said. That's why I won't buy one, because I can play everything on PC, and that's all that they want. They're eventually. I feel like this could be potentially the last box. This could be just like move everything to PC and become.
That's what they should call it, the last box.
Xbox Omega.
Yeah, it's. It'll be interesting to see how it goes now, but it'll be a lot closer. And it'd be a lot closer if PlayStation decided to do something similar and start putting the games on PC as well. Because if we do that, I probably wouldn't.
Aren't they?
Well, they are, but I don't know if they're going. They are. They're putting PS4 games. Well, putting Horizon's coming out, and then I feel like they had sneaking suspicion why Death Stranding's coming to PC as well. But if they did that as well, I probably wouldn't buy a PS5. But I know they won't do it day and date like the Xbox does. So,
do you reckon we're heading for the full last gen then?
Potentially.
It'd be probably a good thing because then
because the boxes that they're putting out now are basically PCs anyway.
Yeah, and you only get like the dweebs who really, really want to go overboard with their stupidly high end stuff. I think most people, I mean, with things like Stadia happening, most people would be content with the premium version of that, upgrading every now and again or whatever, wouldn't they?
Difficult to say, Sheepdog.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're right. I mean, I don't want to make any bold. I don't want to be looking at episode 500 and being like, yeah, I can't believe I thought that everything was going to go the way of Stadia or something like that. But
depends, will it? Because I mean, I feel like that's falling flat at the minute. Nothing's going right with that at the minute. Really, is there nothing? No, there's nothing going on at all with it.
That's just they're trying to get it right, isn't it? They're just once they make that right.
But they're not doing right, are they? Because their install base that the hardcore that want that that you're supposed to kind of like they're the people that kind of spread the word. They're not doing them any favours at all. They're not doing good by them. They're just being left and ignored on this service that's kind of failing and no one's using it.
It does seem weird that they wanted like genuine full price for a load of games that have been out forever.
Yeah. Well, that's the same way as Finger though. Nintendo announced like free games this week the Bioshock collection, the Borderlands collection, and Burnout Paradise, and they're going to want 40 quid for each of them.
Oh,
Well, I
Burnout
don't know how
Paradise,
Nintendo-
I'll absolutely be buying that. I didn't realise that was one of the ones that was in there. I'll be all over that.
Yeah,
Andy
know
will
how-
get that as well, Anna.
but it'll be like 40
Yeah.
quid. They'll charge you 40 quid for that game.
I don't know
We'll
how to
buy
get
2
away with
copies
it.
of it.
It's insane, isn't it? I don't really get Nintendo. I've always said that on this. Like, I love them. I do love them. I think, like Kev was saying earlier, the Switch, absolutely the best thing that they've ever done. It's absolutely brilliant. But I just... Do you remember Nintendo Land? Like, what the hell?
What?
And,
That's happening.
no, the game.
Oh, Nintendo Land. I thought you meant the Nintendo Land
Sorry,
in Japan.
no. But like the ridiculously bad, like, walk around a really
Wasn't bad, that.
badly made looking thing with really lame looking fireworks, and like they always seem to be so far off the mark, but then they just coin it in and they get away with
It's
just
because
saying, yeah.
they are willing to experiment and innovate, and then so sometimes they come up with something wonderful like Animal Crossing, and sometimes it's Nintendo Land.
I just feel like, but they also kind of just go, yeah, Burnout, that's 50 quid please, and they just don't blink, and you just stare at them like, what? No, like,
Well, that's not Nintendo though. That at that point, that would be a choice of publisher. So that would be EA. It would
okay,
say.
even that specific game, yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, you're kind of wondering what they're thinking.
Well,
Why
they're
are
saying
they
saying because it's a Nintendo audience and because it's a handheld, they can justify it being and what have you
They
because
used to be.
they know they'll pay for it.
It's
And
just,
I'll get it, but I'll wait for a sale. It's simple as that. I will not pay 40 quid for that game again.
I feel like they follow the Apple route of just, they don't acknowledge it. They don't listen to criticism. They don't listen to anyone moaning. You know, even like I was genuinely wrong about the how good the Sword and Shield Pokemon games were compared to how they looked previously before it came out. But I still feel there was less in that than older games on the handheld, and yet they got away with putting the price up by 20-25 quid. And you just think that's pretty bold of them to just go, yeah, it's on a console now. Yeah, but it's a smaller game like than the one you released for 25 quid less a couple of years back on a handheld. Yeah, but they're like, but it's on a console now, and they just don't blink. They're just like, that's how it is, and they just get away with it.
Well, that's how much the games cost on this system. Take it or leave it, sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, fair enough. I paid it. I paid it twice. Like Kev jokes about doing that. I did do it. I bought Sword and Shield.
I'm not joking. We bought 4 copies of Animal Crossing.
I don't get it. It's like you say you don't get why you play Animal Crossing because it's just doing chores and whatnot. I don't get why. It's just they've got the secret sauce. I don't know. If someone invented a cure for that, these companies would just fold overnight. It'd be madness, and I don't even want them to. Do you know? I don't want there to be a cure for that. I'd spend more time laying on the sofa doing nothing. But it's just mad, and yeah.
So, what else have we been playing, boys and girls?
What have I been playing? I can tell you that
Please
I have finished the story of Red Dead.
Yes.
Well, I'm in the epilogue.
Okay.
I've seen the end of that game. It is it's such it's like, it's heartbreaking. It is, oh my word. Yeah, that story. So sad.
Told you.
So sad. That's the whole point of that game, though. That game is just... It just knows how to work you, and it punches you in the gut, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Everything I said about that game that is bad, I forgo it all. I forgo it all for the story alone. It's something else. It's genuine something else. It's It's been fun. I'll finish that epilogue. How long's the epilogue, do you reckon, Anna?
Oh, are you at the start of it?
Pretty much. I'm a farmhand.
2 hours?
Okay, so it's not that long.
No, it's not. Not really. Well, I don't know. I double that actually. Thinking about
4
it.
hours. Oh my! That's Rockstar for you. An epilogue that is 4 hours long.
Yeah,
you kidding me?
I thought, I remember, but then there's like more, and you're like, oh god,
doesn't know when to quit. My god!
All the beds I could make in that time.
It is quite long actually. Thinking about it.
Yeah, god.
Because it's like in 3 stages.
NHS volunteer, Kev. You could make a lot of beds.
I can't. I've got my high blood pressure. I can't be exposed to it.
Fair enough.
He's not allowed. He's switching the hospital to make actual beds in Animal Crossing. Oh, but yeah, it's been a ride, that game. It has been an absolute roller coaster.
Good though, isn't it?
It's been. I didn't. There's so many people that it's been that long since I remember the start of the game that I'd forgotten who they were. I was like, who's this Mrs. Downs who keeps shunning me? Who's this Mrs. Downs who's every time I go and see her, there's a mission for her, and the mission is basically go and see her, and she just gives me dirty looks and tells me to go away, and I'm like, I don't know who you are, love. I haven't got a clue why I'm being shunned. Like, I don't know what I've done. And then I get to like the last mission for her, and then I'm like, oh, I killed her husband. Oh, that's what it is. That's why she hates me. I was like, I was just on stream going, who's this silly cow buddy giving me the evils? I don't know what I've done. Just get out of here. And I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I killed your husband.
And don't come to my funeral.
I know, and then the Mrs. Adler, Sadie, I was like, I don't know who she is. I don't know. She was just to be part of the gang, and I'm like, oh, she's the woman She's the woman right at the start of the game that you save. I was like, yeah. Then she's a maniac. She's a maniac, that one. But she's still one of the best characters in the game. And I was like, it's just so many people. I'm going, I don't know who you are. I can't remember, but yeah, it's just like suddenly realization. People might have seen it on my stream. I was just like, oh, and you're who I can't believe
finally
that's who you are.
Got a taste of what it's like to be Kev walking through any event. I don't know who you are. You're that woman whose husband I killed. Saved you from a train.
It's been so good, Red Dead, and if you can stomach putting up with the bits and pieces that make it hard to play that game,
which I cannot.
Well, it's well worth it though. then watch it. Then watch the cutscenes, and I don't know. You can watch the cutscenes and make it into a proper film, but
I'll read a review of the movie when they make it.
Yeah.
Pab, if you can come down here and mount a TV in my kitchen for me, I'll bloody play it next week.
You won't play it in a week. It takes forever.
He could, because he's
got isolation.
He's got all day and all night to play this. He can play it for a week and probably finish it. Especially if you did like I did. I didn't do any of the side stuff.
Did you not?
Strangers had to literally fall at my feet for me to go and help them, and they'd be shouting at me, and I'm like, don't want to know, didn't hear you, see you, I don't want to know you, go away.
That's my problem though. I'm like, what was that? Your cat's lost. I'll go find it. I'll drop everything.
People talked about the clan and stuff. Didn't see him.
Mate, I hunted them down.
Didn't see him.
Like, racists.
I was hoping I'd just stumble across them.
Yes, I found them.
Didn't stumble across them at all.
They were so funny.
I just mainlined everything, and it still took me probably at least 30 hours to finish this game. I just mainlined it and did all the quests that it gave me one at a time, just one after another, boom, 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 and yeah, still 30 hours, I bet. And I've got another 4 to go with the epilogue. Doesn't know when to quit this game.
So I'm incapable of mainlining. I'm incapable of, like, a Bethesda game, I can't go anywhere without looting everything, and I can't do a Rockstar game without doing every side quest.
I was playing this game towards the end, and I was like, I'm ready for this to be over now. I'm ready for this to be done, end the story. And there's parts of it when I got near the end, I was like, I hope they can just spit me back out into this world at the end, because I just want to go and wander about again now, because now I've not done any of it, and I've got nothing kind of holding me back now, like a story that I want to progress. I just want to go out and explore it now, because I've not explored it particularly much at all. So
you're missing out.
I am doing, but I also don't. That's just the game is that game. The story is what I'm there for. I'm not there to get bounced
But they're
off.
all little stories. I remember. I'll
know
never
they are,
forget
but-
the
Oh, they're
other
not.
Red Dead. Like
The side ones.
helping a guy sort out his attempt at making a plane and all of that.
I imagine there is good stories there, but then is it as good as the actual story itself? Because the main story itself is what I was invested in. The rest of the
they're
stuff,
burning your brain. I brought a bloke back flowers for his wife every time I could find one. I was doing errands for him, bringing him everything he needed, and it took me probably like across the course of like 15 days of playing the game to get him everything he needed. And when he introduced me to his wife, she was a rotting corpse in a chair, and it absolutely threw me that he was just mental, and I had to kill him. And that was fantastic because I hadn't really clocked. I hadn't really thought about it. I'd just been like, oh, you want a flower? Oh, she likes whatever. You know, she likes to wear this. She likes to eat that. Okay, I'll get you whatever you want. Your wife's sick.
Formaldehyde.
And then when I turned up and it was just this corpse sat in a chair and you had to kind of just go in the room and look at her, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I imagine there are bits like that, but the game itself is so laborious to play at times. I mean, at one point in one of my streams over the last week or so, I just absolutely clubbed my horse one. I absolutely lamped it by accident. Just practically floored the horse. I was like, did I just kill the horse? I was like, did that just happen? I was like, I didn't mean to. Oh, and the amount of times someone runs in front of me and suddenly I'm wanted for something. Like, that wasn't me. That was her. She ran in front of me. She was looking for a claim there. That was not me.
Suffragette.
It's unbelievable the amount of stuff that just goes on in the background because that many systems working, and you just brush up against something and it's just chaos. Mm-hmm. And I was like, the amount of times I've had to go. There's a witness scene that. Right, oh, right, okay, come with me then. Off we go. You're going in the ravine.
You think it wouldn't be hard for them to fix stuff like that, surely?
Well, I think they just kind of want it to happen because it's kind of chaos.
Yeah, I suppose
it's part of the experience, isn't it? Yeah, that game is. Yeah,
they hire some seriously good writers to do their side quests. So if you have a chance to go out and do,
like I say, I'm hoping that I don't know how they let me back out into that world realistically with how that game ends.
Did you do rolling saves at all? Could you go back?
No, I don't think I don't even know if there was like a multiple save files thing. But I kind of wish I could just go get. And I'm not doing another 6-hour troll at the start of that game again. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing the start of that game just to get out into the open world because it's not happening. But yeah, that's Red Dead. What else have I played? I've played a little bit more of that's the one thing I'm not surprised I've not played much of this week, just because Animal Crossing has just kind of taken over. And Doom's fine. It is fine, and I'll finish it, and I'll play it and enjoy the hell out of it. But it is just more Doom for me. When I was playing it in the week, I played it, and suddenly, when I was streaming it, I was like, I don't care, I'm just going to play for this, just run through this, kill everything, move on, kill everything, and then suddenly I got an ability that shows all the unlocks and the secrets on the map, and I'm like, well, no, I've got to get it. There's a question mark there now, that's it. There's a question mark on this map. How do I get to that? And now I've got to find it. So I've become one of them sneaking around maps trying to find all the secrets and all the different items and unlocks you can get. But yeah, Doom is Doom. It's very good. And that is all I've played.
I don't like Doom.
You don't like it?
Hate it. I think it's.
But you like
worst.
the other one.
Yeah, love the other one, but this one, I just.
So what is it you don't get on with?
The platform. So I'm in this.
The jumping around.
The second area, third area, and I have to jump around on these jumpy pad things that fall down. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm supposed to be. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going, and it's just annoyed me. I've been on that 3 times, and it's just the same area, and I cannot get over it or through it. I just don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's a few bits like that where I'm like, I'm just stuck in this room now, and then I eventually find this thing that you punch, and it like lowers the bars, and then I've got monkey bars to swing, and I've got like 5 seconds to swing on these monkey bars, double back, and then like boost myself onto the wall. I'm like, this is stressful. So about 7 or 8 goes through that. I'm just banging me against this, swinging on monkey bars, and You have to like swing on the monkey bars, jump off, double jump, do a full 180, get back onto the monkey bars, and then boost off of it onto the wall. Like, how the hell are you meant to know that? It took a while for me to get that.
Easy.
No, it's not. And once it's the thing of like finding out what it is they want you to do, and then it's executing what they want you to do as well. That's the hard bit. It's like, oh, you want me to do that? Okay, I'm gonna bang my head against this for 20 minutes. Yep.
And that gets annoying, especially when you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, I could be making beds.
Yeah, exactly. So I might go back to that in the summer when I don't have
I said
thousand other things to do.
Yeah, I'll finish this, I'll play it and enjoy it what it is. But I'm not dying to, get it out and get finished and play it all, like sort of thing. It's just get it all out the way. It's fun, but there's more pressing things that I want to play.
Yeah. And then obviously Animal Crossing, I played that nearly every day. And at the weekend, because of the stress of uni and not knowing what was happening and not missing exams, but knowing the fact that exams weren't happening and presentations weren't to be given in because there's no one there to look at them, I installed Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
That's supposed to be good, isn't it?
I don't know why. It is good. Love that game. It's fun.
I don't think I can go back now, though. I don't think I can go back now, because when Origins came out, they changed everything, didn't they? How it all played, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought about this when I was like, I should go play Black Flag at some point. I was like, I just don't think I can go back. Because I've really enjoyed how the new ones play. Yeah,
I wanted, classic Assassin's Creed. I just wanted that thing where you would go to an area, you'd open that area, you'd have the same thing, the same-ish things to do around an area, and it was just, and because of all the lockdown and nonsense, I was just like, I want to go to London, and I'm going to go and look at London, I'm going to go on the bridge, and I'm going to go and stand on Big Ben, and just be a tourist. So I did that for a few hours. I haven't been back to it this week, I've uninstalled it, but just for that afternoon I enjoyed my time in Assassin's Creed Syndicate where I was on the trains, and it's just, that game's weird because you're in London, and then because of the way that Animus works, you're in World War One or Two, I can't remember which one, and then it's so strange. I still don't quite know what that's about, but then it's Assassin's Creed. I did go back to Odyssey.
Yeah.
Is that the latest one?
Yeah.
And I've done I had to kill 4 mythical beings. I did that, and now some weird stuff's going on. I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but I was like, huh? What now? Why? It's very strange, but yeah. The thing was, I had that on while the children came home, so I had to turn it off, so I don't quite know what was going on there. So I'm going to go back a save and start that sequence again, just to see what's happening, because I was like, huh? I don't understand quite what happened, but yeah, I need to go back on a save, start that again, and just see what I'm missing and why that was happening. It's very strange, but yeah, not a lot, because I've been trying to write stuff, which is not fun.
Oh, I know what I did do, based on one of Kev's streams.
Civilization?
Yeah. I haven't played it. I installed it. Oh. I watched your stream one time, and I watched it for about at least 45 minutes, and I was like, I'm not following what's happening. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So I was like, there's something to this game that I really want to like, and so I installed it. But I haven't played it yet because it's too intimidating. It's too much.
Because I'm such a high-level gamer. It's like when I watch people playing first-person shooters and think, there's no point in me playing this because this person's just too good at it. That was the thought process, wasn't it?
I mean, maybe.
Pretty
it might have been
exactly
that,
what the thought process was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, who knows? How bored I get. I might suddenly get into it. You never know.
You ain't getting bored. You've got Animal Crossing to play.
Good point. I've got beds to be making.
because what we haven't mentioned is our Saturday morning meetup that we did last week. To just a
we did.
real background to Animal Crossing again. I'm expecting us to have another play date this weekend because we all just kind of turned up on my island on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I got woke up and I was like...
Some of us got weird
on
texts
Kev's
saying,
island.
open your gate.
Well, it's because me and Anna were trying to work out how to do the multiplayer. So we finally worked it out. Anna got into my island, and then just after Anna arrived, Postman Gav turned up. So we were like, right, well, if we're having a party, we've got to get Pab in here as well. So we had to message him to tell him the gate was open.
Yeah.
But I woke up, my phone going off, open your gate. What? Tell Orville you want friends round. I'm thinking, why is he calling her Orville? That's not a name. And then I read Pab's messages and was like, oh, he's playing his bloody game. I just thought you wanted to, like, store stuff in my garden or something. Any text from you is not a weird text anymore. It's just how it is. You know, to be fair, I texted him earlier in the week, Pab, saying, do you mind if I give Birdseye your phone number? And he was like, go on in. Like, we just have that kind of situation. So, yeah him saying open your gate. Why.
I just,
he was just like, go for it. So, yeah, open your gate, tell Orville we're coming round. I was just like, all right, never called her that before. But you lot had a little party.
We did, it was lovely.
Yeah,
we hit each other with nets, posing for some pictures. But now we've all got better towns and islands and stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be much more fun to have a play date.
See, I was
we
worried.
actually have some stuff to explore.
I was worried because initially I went there and it was like, you can't do anything. You can use fishing rods and nets. And then it sort of becomes like you're best friends with people. You can now have a shovel. Like, you're going to start digging up stuff in my... You're going to start taking me tree.
Everything.
Yeah, I was like, he's going to smash all my rocks again. I'm going to have another bloody rock.
Have you sent anyone anything yet through the post?
No, I've not.
I sent Anna a nail art set that I bought in the shop.
I sent you a wrestler.
Nice.
I was going to say, she sent me
and a smoker.
Yeah, a meat smoker, not a man having a cigarette. But I would have appreciated either of them. They'd have both gone in the corner of my house.
I think I've got a vacuum cleaner. Maybe I can give away. I'll have to see. I've got vacuum cleaner. I've got all sorts of tat. My front of my house is like a car boot sale.
My house is
full of
incredible.
tat.
I've got my Apple TV with my Switch next to it. My little sofa with my Apple chair. Mr. Flamingo guards the door.
Yeah,
I've got my kitchen, my bathroom area, my bedroom. It's all very snazzy.
Yeah, I've got a vintage petrol pump outside my house, and I've got a big like neon sign that says "We're open."
You need some design skills, Pab.
I'll have you know the Happy Home Designer Corporation, whatever they are, they send me a certificate quite regularly saying they're happy with my home. I've got a little placard on my wall that says "This is a nice home." So that's you told.
That is me told. I haven't had anything like that. How do you
I don't know. It just came through the post. I don't know, thank you. I'll put it on my wall.
Just like in real life, I don't read the post. Yeah. I root through it looking for. It is just like real life. I root through it looking for presents.
Yeah.
And then if I don't read the actual letters.
That's really random that I just sent you a text, Kev. But you just gave me the perfect segue to mention it, that our local advertiser has got free space because of the pandemic, and they're just asking people to send in whatever they want to say. So you might be able to start rooting through your post in real life now, looking for funny things you've sent out.
Sounds like a good idea. Why is the only fish I'm catching sea basses? I've got a dozen sea basses now.
Yeah, that's all I get.
Since we talked about it, I've been stood on the end of this pier. Yeah, I keep going off to get bait.
Yep. That's all I was doing. And the big fish, you think it's a big fish, yes, and it's a sea bass every time. Yep.
Not happy.
It's just that's apparently what you do, though. That is apparently the proof shown that Anna's done it immediately. So
right, you do it off the end of the pier, not off the side or anything.
That's what I was doing. Yeah,
I've seen it on the end.
Yeah, I did it off the end.
Right, I've got a big one here. Is this going to be what I'm after? It looks like a sea bass. It smells like a sea bass. It's a sea bass.
So this is hitting home as well, because that's my wife's first name and surname.
Yeah, she's in the sea. I keep catching her. Right, I've got another big one. Hold on, let's see. This is my last bit of bait. This is live catching. Am I going to get marlon or whatever it is I'm trying to get? Marlon the fish.
Nicola Sturgeon, minute.
Yeah, is it? Here we go. He's spinning. He's up. It's a big fat flat fish. It's an olive flounder. I don't think I've had one before, but that's not what I wanted, was it?
Yeah.
Well, if your character goes yes, that means it's a new one.
Oh, I've got the sound off because we're doing a podcast.
No, she'll say it.
She'll say it in the bubble.
What bubble?
Text
It
bubble.
It comes up every time.
I've never
Is it like
seen
red text on a green
bubble.
background or something, and Kev's just missing it?
Yeah, I might have turned that off. I have no text that comes up ever.
What, when people speak to you, you don't have like a little...
When people speak to me, but when I'm catching
that's when
fish,
it comes
I've never
up.
had text come up.
It comes up like that, like a little box at the bottom, like if someone's speaking, but she's...
I'm probably too busy examining the fish.
Yeah. Well, it says like, you caught a whatever it is. It says at the start of that thing, it says you caught a whatever fish it is. It says yes.
I don't read all that.
Yeah.
I just look at the fish. I don't read all the words.
Yeah.
I haven't got time to read. I'm a busy man.
There you go.
I had one of those before because I've just taken it to Blathers and he's not interested at all.
Have you met his sister yet?
I met his sister. She wants to talk about...
right today.
Let's talk about shooting stars. There was a shooting stars last night, apparently. And if you look up into the sky and see a shooting star, you press A, you get a wish. And then good thing it says like good things will come to you. And I'm like, get a wish, and then I ran to the pier. Fish, no. Ran to just kept doing it over and over again.
So lucky that Kev didn't get that wish a week ago when he hated him. And I got given a magic wand recipe. Did you get given one of them?
Yeah, so did I, but I need star fragments.
Yeah, that's what you get. You get it from like apparently shooting stars and stuff like that. I was like, I've not found any yet, but
okay.
Well, I remember Kev as well. All your slagging off of Dom on social media. Have Football Manager not been in touch at all yet?
No, they haven't.
Poor fella. He probably wonders what the hell he's done to you.
He knows what he's done. The monster.
Oh, I've just got gold.
Right, shall we finish this podcast?
yes.
Because we've always descended into our normal post-podcast chat. People are getting the behind the scenes of what happens for the hour after the podcast finishes.
That is a good point. We've just gone through what the Deeping Advertiser's up to, what fish you've caught, my brother-in-law's brother. It's all got a bit messy, isn't it?
Yeah. So Twitter and Instagram and places like that. I'm Lelouch on all of those.
I'm at RB6K on most stuff. I think you finished talking there.
I'm at Miss Lelouch.
And I'm at Pab1986 on Twitter and Twitch.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.